When we begin tonight with some breaking news we want to share with you, there's an Amber Alert. It has been issued for a 10-year-old out of Idaho Falls. Derek Rodriguez is suspected of being taken by his non-custodial mother, and it is believed he is in danger. If you're not looking at this screen, take a moment to do so. Derek is 4'8", about 60 pounds. He was last seen in red shoes and a black coat. Police say to be on the lookout for this woman on the screen, Derek's non-custodial mother, Gabriella Rodriguez. She is 30 years old, about 5'3" and 124 pounds. She has a tattoo on the left side of her throat, and police believe she may be traveling in a 90s model black Ford Expedition with unknown license plates. They believe she may be traveling to Colorado. And if you have any information about their whereabouts, you're asked to call 911 or the phone number that's on your screen. Also breaking tonight.
This is one of the greatest scientific accomplishments in history. It will save millions of lives and soon end the pandemic once and for all.
This is just coming in this evening. The Food and Drug Administration has approved emergency use authorization of Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine. So a lot of breaking news happening off the top of the show tonight. Thanks for staying up late with us. I'm Laura Papetti. Regina has the evening off. The FDA's approval is the first coronavirus vaccine to be approved in the United States, paving the beginning of the end of an outbreak that has taken nearly 300,000 American lives. Here in Washington state, over 62,000 doses of Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine will be ready by December 15th. Now, in total, the state does expect to get about 222,000 doses by the end of the month. The Department of Health has selected 17 sites across 13 counties that will receive those first doses. And the first group that will receive the vaccine will be high-risk healthcare workers and, of course, people in long-term care facilities hit so hard by the virus. Now, over in North Idaho, the 5 northern counties will receive a little under 2,000 doses in the first shipment, and that shipment is expected to arrive next week. In total, Idaho will receive over 13,000 doses in the first wave. The Idaho COVID-19 Vaccine Advisory Committee has recommended that healthcare workers that are caring for coronavirus patients and long-term care residents should receive the first vaccine. Idaho expects to receive second and third shipments at the end of December, adding an additional 89,000 doses. All right, just a few minutes now past 11. We're going to take a moment, check in on the winter weather that's been going on all day long, but then we don't know if that'll continue through the weekend, right, Thomas?
Yeah, it's actually going to be a half and half for this weekend. We'll start things off much drier, though it'll be a cold day for tomorrow, and then more snow on the way for this upcoming Sunday. Today was the first day of December that we got snow. You got to go back to the last day of November, the last time it snowed in the Spokane area, but it has since calmed down. Just a little bit of some patchy fog out there this evening that you might expect. Temperatures below the freezing mark, so any leftover moisture or water that was on the ground, that might be freezing over in the overnight hours. So just be careful, especially for those side roads and parking lots that didn't get the once over with the plowing earlier today. A few flurries in the air at most, but really the snow is finished for tonight. Here are the snowfall reports across the region. Nothing more than 3 inches of snow out of Colfax. From today, Spokane officially going down with 2 inches of snow. That was pretty much the average across the region, just about 2 inches within a couple tenths on either side across most of the area. As mentioned, 29 Spokane and Coeur d'Alene right now. It's 23 in Deer Park, so any leftover snow is turning into ice overnight tonight. But as mentioned, this Sunday, more snow in the works, and it's not our only forecasted chance of snow over the next week here. So we'll be going over that part of the extended forecast day by day in just a few minutes here.
All right, my friend, thank you. Today, the Spokane Regional Health District is reporting 345 new COVID-19 cases. There are 2 new deaths, bringing the total number of deaths to 299. 62% of people who have COVID in Spokane County have recovered. 121 Spokane County residents are currently in the hospital. In North Idaho, the Panhandle Health District is reporting 219 new coronavirus cases, and 2 new deaths were also reported. Currently, 73 North Idaho residents are in the hospital. There have been over 12,000 coronavirus cases since the pandemic began. Again, talking about North Idaho. Well, we can talk about numbers all day long on a day-to-day basis, but of course, it's more than a number. It's real lives being impacted by the virus. Spokane County has seen nearly 300 lives taken because of it. Our Morgan Trout takes a look at two influential community members who recently lost their battle.
The FDA has just approved Pfizer and BioNTech's coronavirus vaccine for emergency use, but hundreds of thousands of Americans will not see the distribution. Two of those people are well-known members of Spokane's food and culture scene. They died this week after suffering from COVID-19. Salatai owner Pat Samitamon contracted COVID-19 in mid-November, with his restaurant documenting his journey on their Facebook page and hundreds of commenters saying prayers for him. They announced he died from the virus the second week of December. The family was not ready to speak on camera tonight, but they did give us a statement. He was a selfless, stubborn, incredibly caring and giving man whose voice was big, but it couldn't compare to the size of his heart. He died less than a month from his first diagnosis. The virus strikes quickly, with colleagues of co-founder of Spokane Coeur d'Alene Living magazine, Emily Bozzi, not even knowing she was sick.
Because I just assumed it could not happen to somebody so healthy and vital and impactful. And I think we all think that. I think that our whole community is sitting in a form of denial, and it's sobering.
Other friends of the victims are urging people to be more cognizant of their community members because the next person to get sick could be your loved one. Reporting in Spokane, Morgan Trout, KREM 2 News.
A day after the Washington State Department of Health announced that it hired Dr. Bob Lutz to work on its COVID response team, we are hearing from Dr. Lutz himself. Now, while he declined to discuss his firing at the Spokane Regional Health District, he wanted to thank the community for all of their support over the past month. Mark Hanrahan spoke with him today about why he decided to stay in the fight against COVID-19.
So for me, this is a job half finished. This is a book half read. And so I really want to be involved. This is my community. And I really want to ensure as much as I can as one person the safety and well-being of every community member. To be able to do that also at the state level so that I can really have impact across the entire state, that's why I do it.
And again, Dr. Lutz declined to discuss his departure from the Spokane Regional Health District. Now, in terms of his new role, he says he'll be focused squarely on the state's response to the pandemic. He says he'll be working remotely and that he and his wife are staying here in Spokane. Well, for the first time in 20 years, Manitou Park will not have holiday lights at the Geiger Observatory, but to keep the tradition alive, the park is putting on a drive-through event. And it all kicked off tonight. Our very own Amanda Rowley got a look at the huge event.
Good evening. I think we all really needed a little bit of extra sparkle this holiday season, and Manitou Park is giving just that for families here, a safe way to enjoy the holiday season. We're seeing a steady flow of cars coming through the drive-thru this evening. I've even heard people blasting that Christmas music, enjoying their time through. Now, here is what you can expect when you come through the drive-thru this evening, which will end at 9:30. There are signs directing you to the entrance of the event. It is closed to pedestrians. Now, I'm told organizers did a trial run last night, and the drive took about 4 minutes to go through the whole route. And the trail actually begins with a line of handmade lit candy canes. I met the gentleman who made them, and he is so happy to be here and offer this opportunity for folks. Some of the lights here are actually from the conservatory since it won't be visited this year. Here is what people have been saying about their drive so far.
Absolutely beautiful.
You love it? Beautiful?
I love it. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
It's a lot of fun out here at Manitou. Coming back out here this evening, still seeing that steady flow of cars. It does close at 9:30 tonight, but will reopen at 4:30. I have to say, though, the winter snow that came through the area definitely made it a little more extra special this evening. Reporting in Manitou Park, Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
And Amanda, our holiday coug, all decked out in her own finery. And the lights, I'm told, are spectacular, as you heard Amanda talk about. All right, the holiday cheer continues. Coming up next on KREM 2 News at 11, how you can make sure people get Christmas gifts this holiday season. Plus, 2 local women are, get this, of course, truly out of the world. Coming up, we sat down with 2 astronauts that could be among the first women to walk on the moon.